So you have set up Alipay, you verified your passport, you linked your credit card, you thought you were ready. But then real life happens. You try to pay a taxi driver and it fails. You scan one QR code, it works, and you scan another, it doesn't. A refund takes days or weeks. A friend wants to transfer you money, and suddenly you realize using Alipay in China is not difficult, but it still can be very confusing. So in this video, I'm going through 7 real-life Alipay situations that confuses tourists in China, and what you should do when they happen. Alright, explorers, time to projecting. For those who are new to this channel, my name is Lee, and my channel Project CN is dedicated to help tourists travel to China with less friction. Consider subscribing so that you don't miss out the latest info for your China travel. And if you're new to Alipay, please make sure you check out this playlist as it covers all the basics about the mobile payments, especially Alipay. Now, let's go over the real-life scenarios that you may face when you land in China. Number 1, you are at a small street store and the payment doesn't work. This is one of the most common real-life surprises. Let's say you are buying snacks, fruits, or something from a local small vendor. Everything looks normal. The shop has a QR code, you scan it, and then payment fails. Why? Because small vendors in China, they use their personal receiving codes instead of a full merchant payment setup. And that can create problems for non-Chinese bank card users. When you try to pay to a personal account, the system identifies your payment as a peer-to-peer transfer instead of a payment to merchant. Alipay would therefore deny the transaction. What do you do in this situation? The simplest solution here is to use cash, but the vendor may not have enough change to give back to your purchase. So one workaround is to pay in cash and ask them to return the change using a peer-to-peer transfer to your wallet. In order to receive money, you have to make sure your Alipay account is verified. And remember that the returned amount will stay inside your wallet balance, which you can use later, but cannot be withdrawn to your bank account. And if you are going to markets and smaller places often, keep some small changes with you, which can be a very smart idea. Scenario number 2, you are paying a taxi driver and the payment fails. Another scenario you may encounter is paying your taxi driver or your tour guide. Everything looks normal. Your taxi driver has a QR code and you scan it and then payment fails. Same problem, because some taxi drivers or tour guides may use their personal account to receive payment. And your Alipay service is only good when you pay to a merchant because your linked card is not a Chinese bank card. So what to do first? Double check whether the driver's or the tour guide's QR code is linked to their personal account. If it is, then it falls peer-to-peer transfer, which means you need to use the balance of your wallet instead of your linked bank card. If you don't have any balance in your WeChat wallet, or if your account is restricted for P2P transfer, then use cash instead. To avoid all these complications, the best practice is to use Alipay's inbuilt DD taxi service. So the payment can be deducted directly from your linked card within the Alipay app, and you won't encounter the problems as I mentioned above. To do so, launch Alipay and search for DD under mini apps. DD is a Chinese taxi hailing app that can be accessed through Alipay, and the basic flow is search for DD under Alipay mini app, allow location access, enter the pickup points and destination, choose the right type and confirm the booking. And the right payment is processed automatically through Alipay, and you will not have any issues with the payment. Scenario number 3. One shop lets you scan their code, another wants to scan yours. Another of the scenarios that confuses a lot of first-timers is that at one merchant, you scan their QR code. At another, they ask to scan your payment code. And you think, why is the difference? Show to pay and scan to pay are 2 of the most common payment methods when using Alipay. Show to pay is like you're showing your bank card to the merchant. So then they can deduct the money from your account. Whereas scan to pay is like getting the merchant's bank account details, and then you can transfer money to their account. Both payment flow exists, and all merchants use same setup or procedure. Sometimes one method works more smoothly than the other, depending on the store's system and the payment routing. If you encounter this situation, don't panic. Just understand and practice both methods. Scan to pay, you click on the first icon. Scan the merchant's QR code. Sometimes you might need to enter the amount and then hit confirm. Then the transaction is completed. Show to pay, click on the second icon, Pay and Collect, and it will pop up a payment code. This is basically you're showing your bank card details to the merchant so they can deduct money from it. They will then scan it, and then the payment process is complete. If one method fails, switch to another. Scenario number 4, vendors want to pay you back the change. This is another very real travel situation. You paid for something in cash, and the vendors may not have change for you. Now that they want to transfer the money to you via Alipay. But can a non-Chinese bank user receive money in Alipay? Can you keep the balance? Can you actually use it later? This is when things get a little bit more complicated than people expected. If your Alipay is fully verified, you should be able to receive transfer to your Alipay wallet. What to do if the transfer works and the money lands in your Alipay wallet? Remember that you can usually use the balance later on for your future purchases inside China. And if your Alipay is linked to a non-Chinese bank account, unfortunately, you're not able to withdraw the balance from your Alipay wallet. Just don't leave any leftover balance sitting there carelessly if you don't plan to use the app again soon. Spend it while you are still in China. Number 5, you need a refund. Refunds are where many people get nervous. You cancel a booking, you return an item, a merchant says that a refund has been processed, but then you don't see the money immediately. Usually, refunds go back through the original payment route, meaning back to your bank cards or back to your Alipay balance, depending on how you paid. Please note that the refund can take time, especially when international cards are involved. So what should you do in this situation? Keep a screenshot, wait for a few more business days, check your transaction history, and if needed, contact the merchant and also Alipay support. If possible, ask the merchant to give you a cash refund, as this would help you to bypass unnecessary worry. Since your money was converted to Chinese yuan and then back to your own currency, the refund amount may not match the original spending. That's why it is better, if possible, to negotiate a cash refund on the spot. Number 6, you're in a hurry and the network is weak. This is one of the most annoying situations. You are at a gate, in a queue, or paying quickly at a convenience store, and your payment code doesn't load properly. Sometimes the issue is not Alipay itself. Mobile wallets rely on a network for transaction. It could be weak public Wi-Fi, unstable mobile data, or slow verification processing. What to do in this situation? If possible, switch from Wi-Fi to mobile data. Turn off your VPN during payment. And don't keep retrying too quickly. The payment app is only as smooth as connection behind it. Scenario number 7, you leave China and soon Alipay will work the same way abroad. This is another misunderstanding. A lot of people think that once Alipay is set up, it becomes their universal travel wallet. Not really. Alipay is most useful as a Chinese payment and utility tool. Even though some cross-border acceptance exists through broader partnership, it should not be treated as your guaranteed primary wallet after leaving China. You might have seen Alipay signs worldwide. Please note, those are primarily for Chinese bank account holders. And if your Alipay is linked to a non-Chinese bank card, it means nothing to you. What to do before leaving China? Check whether you still have any balance left in the wallet. Use it up if practical, and then switch back to your normal travel payment method for other countries. So yes, Alipay can make travel in China much easier, but real life is always messier than a setup guide. That's why it helps to know these situations before they happen. If you expect these situations in advance, you will feel much more confident on the ground. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to give a thumbs up and make sure you check out my free pre-trip guide linked in the description box down below. Project out today. I will see you in the next one.